Welcome back to BNB Spoilers channel. Today, we will dive into the dramatic twists and emotional roller coasters awaiting us on The Bold and the Beautiful for Monday, May 19th. Get ready for a whirlwind of heartbreak, unexpected revelations, and simmering tensions as Carter Walton grapples with a crushing rejection. Hope Logan makes a definitive choice, and new romantic possibilities emerge from the ashes of shattered dreams. Let's unpack the intricate web of relationships, hidden motives, and poignant moments that promise to keep us glued to our screens. Carter's heartbreak and a stormy exit. The episode kicks off with Carter Walton reeling from a devastating blow to his heart. Overhearing a pivotal conversation outside Brooke Logan's picturesque estate, nestled among the serene hills of Los Angeles, Carter is blindsided by Hope Logan's resolute decision. Under the golden California sun, with the scent of blooming jasmine in the air, he listens as Hope firmly closes the door on a potential future with him. Instead, she casts her gaze toward Liam Spencer, her voice filled with determination as she declares her intent to rebuild their shared destiny, brick by emotional brick. Carter, who had dared to dream of a life intertwined with hopes, finds his hopes crumbling like a sandcastle against the tide. His face, etched with raw disappointment, betrays the depth of his pain as he turns away, unable to bear another word. Without waiting to hear more, he storms off into the late afternoon, his footsteps heavy with frustration, leaving behind the echoes of a conversation that has shattered his world. Unbeknownst to him, there are deeper layers to this story yet to unfold, secrets that might have softened the blow if only he had lingered a moment longer. Daphne Rose's vindication and hidden agendas. As Carter retreats to lick his wounds, he finds himself face to face with Daphne Rose, a woman whose sharp intuition and unapologetic candor have often clashed with his idealism. In a cozy, dimly lit corner of a trendy downtown cafe, over cups of steaming espresso, Daphne wastes no time in delivering her signature "I told you so." With a knowing look in her piercing hazel eyes, she reminds Carter of her long-standing warnings about Hope's indecisiveness in matters of the heart. Daphne, who has watched Carter pine for Hope from the sidelines, sees this rejection as the ultimate proof of Hope's wavering loyalties. She paints a vivid picture of Hope as a woman caught in a perpetual tug-of-war between past loves and present desires, incapable of committing fully to anyone. But Daphne's words are not just fueled by vindication, there's a subtle undercurrent of opportunism. She's been patiently waiting in the wings, her own feelings for Carter growing stronger with each passing day. As she leans closer, her voice softening to a comforting murmur, she assures him that he need not face this heartbreak alone. Could this be the moment Daphne's persistence pays off, or is Carter's wounded heart too raw to embrace a new beginning? Unspoken truths and missed opportunities. What Carter doesn't know as he walks away from Brooke's estate is the tragic undercurrent beneath Hope's choice, a secret so profound it could alter his perception entirely. Liam Spencer, the man Hope has chosen over Carter, harbors a devastating diagnosis, a brain tumor with a fatal prognosis. This heartbreaking reality, whispered in hushed tones behind closed doors, is the true driving force behind Hope's fervent desire to cling to every fleeting moment with Liam. Had Carter lingered just a few minutes longer under the sprawling oak tree outside Brooke's window, he might have overheard this bombshell, and the sting of rejection might have been tempered by understanding. Instead, he departs with the bitter assumption that Liam has always been the obstacle preventing his union with Hope. This misunderstanding festers like an open wound, setting the stage for further conflict and missed connections. The irony is palpable. While Carter believes himself to be the sole victim of unrequited love, the truth is a far more complex tapestry of sacrifice and sorrow. Liam's selfless plea amidst personal turmoil. Meanwhile, back at the heart of the drama, Liam Spencer finds himself wrestling with his own demons. In the softly lit living room of Brooke's home, surrounded by family photographs and memories of happier times, Liam makes another earnest attempt to steer Hope toward a future with Carter. Despite the weight of his own prognosis pressing down on him, Liam's concern for Hope's long-term happiness shines through like a beacon in the storm. With every word, he urges her to consider a life beyond their shared history, a life where Carter could offer the stability and enduring love he fears he can no longer provide. His voice cracks with emotion as he speaks of savoring their remaining time together, yet he insists that Hope must think beyond the present, envisioning a future where her heart finds solace in another's arms. The air is thick with unspoken grief as Liam grapples with the knowledge of his limited time, his selflessness a poignant contrast to the chaos of emotion swirling around him. Will Hope see the wisdom in his words, or will her determination to hold on to their love blind her to other possibilities? Daphne's persistent charm and Carter's dilemma. As the episode progresses, Daphne Rose seizes the opportunity to deepen her connection with Carter. Back at the cafe, amidst the clinking of coffee cups and the murmur of other patrons, she gently but firmly pushes Carter to let go of his lingering attachment to Hope. Her arguments are laced with a blend of logic and allure. She points out that Hope's choice is a clear signal to move forward, and who better to step into that future with than someone who has always seen his worth. Daphne's auburn hair catches the dim light as she leans in, her smile both reassuring and inviting, hinting at the passionate chapter they could write together if only Carter would take the leap. For Carter, who has resisted Daphne's advances with a steadfast focus on Hope, this moment marks a crossroads. With Hope's rejection still burning in his chest, the walls around his heart begin to crumble, and the warmth of Daphne's presence feels increasingly tempting. Could this be the turning point where Carter surrenders to a new romance, or will the ghost of what could have been with Hope continue to haunt him? The looming risk of too little, too late. The episode crescendos with a lingering question: what happens if Hope reconsiders her stance on Carter, but only after he has begun to entwine his life with Daphne's? As the camera pans across the serene exterior of Brooks' estate one final time, the tension is almost tangible. Hope, torn between her devotion to Liam and the faint whispers of what might have been with Carter, could find herself facing a painful irony. If she realizes too late that Carter held a key to a different kind of happiness, she may return to find him already captivated by Daphne's undeniable charm. The potential for a love triangle or even a quadrangle looms large, promising future episodes filled with regret, longing, and the messy intricacies of human desire. Next, we will explore the heart-wrenching developments and emotional depths of The Bold and the Beautiful as we preview an upcoming episode packed with raw emotion, unspoken burdens, and the fragile threads of hope. Join us as we delve into the poignant struggles of Liam Spencer and Hope Logan, the weight of secrets carried by Steffi Forrester and Finn, and the compassionate concern of Taylor Hayes. This episode promises to tug at our heartstrings with tender moments, painful revelations, and the enduring power of love amidst life's harshest challenges. A tender yet tormenting moment at Brooks' place in the cozy, sunlit confines of Brooke Logan's home, adorned with warm earthy tones and family mementos on every shelf. Liam Spencer shares a bittersweet exchange with Hope Logan. Sitting close on a plush sofa, with the faint aroma of lavender from a nearby candle, Liam gazes into Hope's eyes and promises that even when he's no longer physically by her side, his love for her and their daughter Beth will linger like an eternal echo. His voice, soft yet resolute, carries the weight of inevitability, yet Hope clings to a flicker of optimism, her hands trembling as she insists that a breakthrough treatment must be out there. Liam, managing a faint smile despite the shadow of his brain mass diagnosis, nods in gentle agreement, though his eyes betray his dwindling hope. Suddenly, a sharp, piercing pain stabs behind his eye, contorting his face in agony. Hope, her voice laced with panic, leaps to his side, fetching a glass of water from the kitchen with hurried steps. As she returns, Liam apologizes for alarming her, explaining how these dizzy spells and searing headaches have grown more frequent, each one a cruel reminder of his condition. Though Hope urges a trip to the hospital, her voice cracking with desperation, Liam resists, insisting no magic cure awaits. He yearns only to stay in this moment, wrapped in the sanctuary of their shared memories, recounting laughter-filled days and quiet nights that define their bond. His wish is simple yet profound: to dwell in the past's warmth rather than face an uncertain future. Steffi's burden and a mother's intuition at the Cliff House. Meanwhile, at the stunning Cliff House overlooking the Pacific, where crashing waves provide a restless backdrop, Steffi Forrester confides in her husband, Finn, under the high vaulted ceilings of their airy living room. As sunlight streams through floor-to-ceiling windows, casting long shadows on the hardwood floor, Steffi wrestles with the heavy secret of Liam's condition. She murmurs her concern about Hope, imagining the torment of concealing such devastating knowledge while supporting Liam through his pain. Her brow furrows as she questions whether revealing the truth to Hope was the right choice, her voice tinged with regret. Finn, ever the steady anchor, wraps an arm around her, his tone soothing as he affirms the importance of Liam receiving support, especially given the unpredictable progression of his tumor. He notes with quiet admiration how Liam remains focused on living fully in the time he has left. Their intimate moment is interrupted by the arrival of Taylor Hayes, Steffi's mother, whose presence brings a calming familiarity with her gentle demeanor and the faint scent of her signature jasmine perfume. Sensing an undercurrent of distress in her daughter's eyes, Taylor's maternal instinct kicks in. She presses for answers, her tone both firm and tender, as she stands by the stone fireplace that dominates the room. Despite Steffi's initial hesitation, bound by a promise of secrecy, Finn's encouraging nod prompts her to confide in Taylor. With a heavy sigh, Steffi utters the words that shatter the stillness, "It's Liam," unveiling the heartbreak to Taylor. After an off-screen explanation in the privacy of the Cliff House's study, surrounded by shelves of medical journals and family photos, Taylor absorbs the gravity of Liam's diagnosis. Finn praises Steffi's strength, his hand resting on hers as they sit across from Taylor, who listens with a compassionate yet pained expression. Steffi elaborates on why Liam has been staying close, seeking solace in familiar spaces as he faces the unimaginable. Taylor, her voice thick with empathy, inquires about potential specialists, her mind racing for solutions. Finn, with the measured tone of a doctor, acknowledges that while no one has given up, the answers remain elusive. Steffi, tears brimming in her ocean blue eyes, shares how Liam's thoughts are consumed by his daughters, Kelly and Beth, his determination to leave behind a legacy of love unwavering even in the face of despair. Taylor, her own heartbreaking, calls the situation cruel, her words hanging heavy in the air like a storm cloud. She reflects on the whirlwind of emotions: anger, sorrow, disbelief that Steffi must navigate, drawing from her own experiences as a therapist to offer comfort. Together, they ponder advancements in neurology, but Finn somberly admits that progress isn't swift enough for Liam's urgent need. The room grows quieter, save for the distant sound of waves, as they grapple with the harsh reality. The weight of secrecy and support for the future. As the conversation deepens, Steffi implores Taylor to keep Liam's condition a secret, even from her father, Ridge. Her voice wavers with the burden of confidentiality, knowing how gossip can spiral in their tight-knit circle. She admits, however, that she felt compelled to tell Hope, recognizing that as Liam's partner and the mother of his child, Hope deserved to know the shattering truth. Taylor nods in understanding, her eyes reflecting decades of wisdom, and asks how Hope reacted to the devastating news. Steffi, wiping away a stray tear, describes Hope's shock and the horrific realization that washed over her, a tidal wave of grief in an instant. The thought of breaking the news to Kelly and Beth weighs heavily on Steffi's mind, her voice breaking as she envisions that impossible conversation. Taylor, placing a reassuring hand on her daughter's shoulder, vows that they will all rally around the girls, as well as Steffi and Hope, forming a protective circle of love and strength. She emphasizes the importance of community in times of crisis, recalling past family trials that forged unbreakable bonds. The Cliff House, with its panoramic views of the endless ocean, stands as a metaphor for their resolve, vast, enduring, and ready to weather any storm. A collective heartache and unyielding hope. This episode of The Bold and the Beautiful weaves a tapestry of collective heartache, where each character grapples with Liam's prognosis in their own way. From Hope's fierce refusal to surrender to despair in Brooke's comforting haven, to Steffi's internal conflict and Taylor's maternal solace at the Cliff House, the narrative captures the spectrum of human emotion in the face of tragedy. Liam's quiet courage, focusing on memories and his daughters, serves as the emotional anchor, reminding everyone of what truly matters. Next, we will immerse ourselves in the emotional turmoil and heartfelt revelations unfolding on The Bold and the Beautiful. This episode takes us deep into the tangled web of Carter Walton's unyielding feelings for Hope Logan, the persistent counsel of Daphne Rose, and the poignant struggle of Liam Spencer as he navigates his limited time with Hope. Set against the backdrop of Forrester Creations and the cozy familiarity of Brooke's home, prepare for a roller coaster of longing, memory, and difficult choices that will leave you captivated. Carter's persistent yearning and Daphne's concern at Forrester Creations. In the sleek, modern design office at Forrester Creations, where fabric swatches and sketches litter the expansive desk under the glow of industrial pendant lights, Carter Walton struggles to focus on his work. His mind, like a compass drawn inexorably north, wanders to Hope Logan. He leans back in his leather chair, the faint scent of cedar from a nearby diffuser mixing with his thoughts, as he replays a memory of baring his soul to Hope, pleading for another chance at love. The weight of that unanswered plea hangs heavy, his fingers pausing over a contract as his eyes glaze over with longing. Suddenly, the door clicks shut, and Daphne Rose enters, her sharp heels tapping a determined rhythm on the hardwood floor. With a knowing tilt of her head and a glint of concern in her amber eyes, she remarks that Hope must never be far from his mind, her tone a mix of empathy and frustration. Carter, attempting to dodge the personal probe, redirects the conversation to an upcoming PR meeting, his voice clipped as he shuffles papers. But Daphne isn't so easily deterred, she sighs, admitting her own stress over a sudden need to find a new apartment, her brow creasing with worry. Carter, ever the gentleman, offers his help, but Daphne pivots back to Hope, cautioning him about the heartbreak she fears lies ahead. She delves into Hope's past romantic entanglements, painting a portrait of indecision and pain, her words sharp as she warns that Carter risks becoming just another name on Hope's list of broken hearts. Carter counters with a weary admission of his own flawed history with love, insisting he's in no place to judge. Yet Daphne presses on, noting how their romance barely blossomed before wilting, urging him to shield his heart from further damage by letting go. When she predicts Hope will inevitably return to Liam, Carter's jaw tightens. He staunchly defends his belief in Hope and the future they could share. Unable to bear the tension, he strides out, leaving Daphne's words echoing in the empty office. A walk down memory lane at Brooke's place. Meanwhile, in the warm, inviting embrace of Brooke Logan's home, where sunlight filters through sheer curtains and the faint hum of a dishwasher provides a domestic backdrop, Liam Spencer sits with Hope on a worn but cozy love seat. Surrounded by framed photos of family milestones on the mantel, including a snapshot of Beth's first steps, Liam shares a coping mechanism he's adopted, a life hack to combat his fear. His voice, soft yet tinged with urgency, describes how he mentally replays the cherished moments they've shared with their children, birthday parties with frosting-smeared smiles, lazy bike rides through the park under a canopy of autumn leaves, and the pure, unadulterated laughter that filled their home. When dread creeps in, he anchors himself in these memories, letting their warmth dissolve his panic. With a tender smile, he invites Hope to join him on this emotional journey right now, to take a power walk through their past. As they close their eyes, their faces softening, they revisit those golden days, first holidays, scraped knees kissed better, and quiet nights reading bedtime stories. Liam's hand finds Hope's, squeezing gently as he confesses how every trial they've endured has deepened his gratitude for her and their little family. The air between them hums with bittersweet nostalgia, a fragile bubble of peace amidst an unspoken storm. Their shared reverie is a testament to the life they've built, a life Liam clings to even as his future grows uncertain. An unwelcome witness to heartfelt confessions. As Liam and Hope delve deeper into their memories, the front door of Brooke's home stands slightly ajar, framing an unexpected observer. Carter Walton, having arrived with a mix of hope and hesitation, pauses on the porch, the scent of blooming roses from the garden mingling with his uncertainty. Peering through the narrow opening, his breath catches as he witnesses a pivotal moment unfolding inside. Liam, his expression a blend of resignation and love, urges Hope to look beyond their present, to envision a future with Carter if she so chooses. His words, though gentle, carry the weight of sacrifice, a plea for her happiness above his own. Carter's heart constricts, a storm brewing in his chest, as Hope's tearful response shatters the quiet. Her voice breaks with raw emotion as she insists that her future remains with Liam, vowing to cherish every fleeting second by his side. "We're going to be together," she declares, her conviction a dagger to Carter's lingering dreams. The pain etches itself across his face, his hand tightening on the doorframe as he grapples with the reality before him. Unseen by the couple inside, who are lost in their emotional cocoon, Carter stands as a silent witness to a love he can't claim, torn between retreating in defeat and fighting for a chance that seems increasingly out of reach.